Welcome back to English Speaking Corner, your quiet space to build real confidence. You have rehearsed your coffee order for 5 minutes while standing in line, repeating the sentence in your head until you are ready. You step up to the counter, smile, and say, "One latte, please." But the barista looks at you and says something that sounds like, "Room for cream?" in less than a second. You freeze. The line behind you is waiting, and your English brain completely shuts down.
I used to panic so much in this exact moment that I would just say yes to everything, even if I did not understand. And I once ended up drinking a coffee with 3 different syrups just to avoid asking what they said.
Today, we're going to practice the curveball, exactly what to say when the script changes, so you never have to freeze at the counter again.
That word curveball is really the perfect way to describe this situation. In baseball, a curveball is a throw that looks like it is going one way and then suddenly changes direction. That is exactly what happens in a conversation. You expect the ball to go straight, but it curves, and you miss it.
Exactly. When we learn English at home or with a textbook, we usually learn the straight ball. We learned a perfect script. Student A says, "Hello, how are you?" And student B says, "I am fine, thank you." But real life is rarely a straight ball. Real life is full of curveballs.
And the coffee shop or the fast food restaurant is the place where these curveballs happen the most. It is supposed to be a simple interaction, but it is actually very high pressure. It is fast, it is loud, and there are people waiting behind you.
That pressure is key. When we are under pressure, our brain loses its ability to think flexibly. If we have a script in our head, like, "I will order a coffee," and the barista follows the script, we feel great, we feel fluent. But if the barista skips a line or asks a question we did not prepare for, the script breaks.
And when the script breaks, we panic. We feel like we have forgotten all our English, but really, we just were not ready for the interruption.
So before we learn how to handle the curveball, let's establish the baseline. Let's practice the safe script that you probably already know. I want you to imagine you are at the front of the line. You are feeling good. You know what you want.
Let's start with a standard order. Listen to Anna and then repeat after her in the quiet space.
"I would like a cappuccino, please."
Try that one more time. Speak it out loud.
"I would like a cappuccino, please."
Good. That feels safe. It is a clear sentence. Subject, verb, object.
Or maybe you want something to eat. Listen and repeat. "Can I get a blueberry muffin?"
One more time.
"Can I get a blueberry muffin?"
Okay, so this is the straight ball. This is what we practice in the shower or in the car. If the barista just nodded and took your money, everything would be perfect.
But here is the reality. The barista is not thinking about your English script. They are thinking about speed. They have probably said the same 5 phrases 400 times today.
That is a very important point. When you say a phrase 400 times a day, you stop pronouncing every word clearly. You start to blend words together. You start to mumble. You want to be efficient.
Exactly. To the barista, they are speaking English. But to you, the learner, it sounds like a completely different language. It sounds like one long, confusing noise. This is the first type of curveball, the speed mumble.
The speed mumble is terrifying. You offer your clear sentence, "I would like a cappuccino," and they fire back a sound. Let's look at the most common one.
This one happens almost every time you order a coffee in North America, and often in the UK too. You order a standard coffee, the barista asks if you want space left at the top of the cup for milk.
In a textbook, this question would be, "Would you like room for cream?"
That is 5 clear words. Would, you, like, room, for, cream. But in a busy cafe at 8 a.m., it sounds like this. Room for cream?
It becomes one word, room for cream.
And sometimes it is even shorter, just room.
So you're standing there, you just ordered, and the person stares at you and says room. If you are not expecting it, your brain tries to translate the word room. You think about a bedroom or a living room. You think, why is he asking about my house?
And while you are thinking about your house, the silence gets longer. The barista looks impatient. This is where the panic starts.
So let's practice the answer to this curveball. You have 2 options, yes or no. But let's make it a full, polite answer so you keep the rhythm of the conversation.
If you drink your coffee black, you don't need room, so you say, "No, that's okay." Listen and repeat. "No, that's okay."
Try it again. Imagine the barista just mumbled room at you.
"No, that's okay."
Now imagine you do want milk. You need them to leave space. You say, "Yes, please."
"Yes, please."
Simple. But here is the trick. You don't need to analyze the grammar of room for cream. You just need to recognize the sound. It is a sound that means milk space.
Exactly.
You are matching a sound to a situation, not translating every word. Let's look at another classic speed mumble. This one happens at the end of the order.
The "for here to go" mumble.
This is a classic. Grammatically, the question is this for here or to go? But nobody says it like that.
It usually sounds like "fear to go." It is extremely fast. The "or" almost disappears. The "to" becomes just a T sound. Fear to go?
I have seen so many students freeze at this one. They think the barista has asked something complicated, but it is just a binary choice. Stay or leave.
Let's practice recognizing it. I will be the busy barista. I will say it fast. You listen, and then Anna will give you the answer to shadow. Fear to go?
For here, please.
Try that again. Speak out loud.
For here, please.
Now let's try the other option. Fear to go?
To go, thanks.
One more time.
To go, thanks. The key here is confidence. You do not need to pause and think. If you hear a mumble at the end of the transaction, it is almost certainly this question.
And there is a third one that catches people off guard. It usually happens right when you are holding your credit card.
The receipt mumble?
This one is tricky because receipt is a hard word to pronounce. It has a silent P. It sounds like receipt. But when a tired cashier says it, it often just comes out as seat or even just a grunt with an upward intonation.
They might just look at you, hold their hand over the printer, and make a sound. If you are waiting for a full sentence like, "Would you like your receipt?" you will be waiting forever.
So if you see them holding a piece of paper or looking at the machine and they make a short sound, they are asking if you want the paper.
Let's practice the response. It is very simple. No thanks, I'm good.
No thanks is a great natural phrase. It means I don't need it or I am fine. It is very common in spoken English.
Listen and repeat. No thanks, I'm good.
Or if you need it for your expense report,
Yes, please.
these are the specific curveballs. But Anna, what happens when the curveball is something we truly do not understand? What if it isn't room for cream, but something totally different, and we just hear noise?
This is the scary moment. You hear a noise, you know it was a question, you have no idea what they said.
The instinct here is to freeze, or to look at your friend, or to say what very loudly.
Or, like I used to do, just nod and smile and hope it wasn't an important question.
The nod and smile is dangerous. That is how you end up with a large coffee instead of a small, or a spicy sandwich instead of a mild one.
We need a tool for this moment. We need a stall.
A stall, like stalling a car?
A stall is a way to buy time. When your computer is loading a heavy website, it gives you a spinning wheel. It tells you, "I am working, please wait."
But in conversation, we often don't give a spinning wheel. We just give silence.
Or we give a native filler. This is a big problem. If your first language is Spanish, you might say este. If your first language is Japanese, you might say eto. If you use a native filler sound, you are telling the barista, "I am not speaking English right now."
And that breaks the connection. It makes them think you don't speak English at all.
Exactly. We need English fillers. We need to install an English spinning wheel. This buys you 2 or 3 seconds to calm your heart rate and process what you heard.
So instead of silence or a native sound, what should we say?
The best, simplest stall is, "Sorry, just a second."
I like that. It is polite, but it is also commanding. It tells the person, "Wait for me."
Let's practice that. Imagine you just heard a confusing noise. Don't freeze. Use the stall. "Sorry, just a second."
Try it again. Really feel the calmness. You are controlling the speed.
"Sorry, just a second."
Another good one, especially if you are looking at the menu trying to decide, is, "Let me think."
This is very natural. It shows you are thinking, not panicking. "Let me think."
One more time.
"Let me think."
These phrases are magic. They turn a moment of panic into a moment of pause. They give your brain a chance to catch up.
But sometimes stalling isn't enough. Sometimes you need to fix a mistake. This is the recovery.
This happens to me all the time. I order a coffee and then I realize I forgot to ask for oat milk. Or I order a sandwich and I realize I don't want onions.
Changing your mind requires a specific grammar pattern. If you don't know the pattern, you feel trapped. You feel like, "Oh well, I guess I have to eat the onions now."
We want to avoid the onion trap. We want to be able to correct ourselves smoothly.
The magic word here is actually.
Actually, it is such a powerful word in English. It signals a change of direction.
You don't need to say, "I am so sorry, I made a mistake, please forgive me." That is too much. You just say, "actually," and then the new information.
For example, you ordered a latte, but you wanted iced. You forgot to say iced at the start.
You say, actually, can I get that iced?
Listen to the tone there. It goes up at the end. It is friendly.
Listen and repeat. Actually, can I get that iced?
Try it again. You are catching the mistake just in time.
Actually, can I get that iced?
What about size? You said large, but you meant medium.
Actually, make that a medium.
Make that a is a great phrase for corrections. It replaces the old order with the new order.
Listen and repeat. Actually, make that a medium.
This feels so much better than just accepting the wrong order. It feels empowering.
It really is. And you know, building this kind of practical confidence is what this channel is all about. We don't just want you to know the words. We want you to feel the control. If you are finding these breakdown sessions helpful, please consider subscribing to English Speaking Corner. It helps us keep these lessons free and calm for everyone.
And hitting the bell icon means you won't miss our next session on handling phone calls, which is another big challenge.
So we have the setup, the curveball, the stall, and the recovery. Now we are going to put it all together.
We are going to build a simulator.
I am going to be the barista. I will be friendly, but I will be fast. I might mumble. I might ask a curveball question.
And I will be your coach. I will tell you what you want to order. You have to speak to Anna.
Are you ready? Take a deep breath. You are at the front of the line.
Okay. Your goal is to order a vanilla latte. Just a simple vanilla latte. Go.
Hi there. What can I get for you?
Say your order now. Can I get a vanilla latte?
Sure. Hot or iced?
Curveball. She asked hot or iced. You want it hot. Answer her.
No problem. What size?
Another question. Tell her medium.
Anything else for you today?
She's closing the order. Tell her, no, that's all.
All right. That'll be $5.
Good. That was a smooth run. Now let's make it harder. Let's add some pressure.
Ready? Next customer.
You want a black coffee. Just a black coffee. Go.
Hi. Help you?
I'd like a black coffee.
Room?
Fast curveball. Room? You drink it black. You don't need room. Use the phrase, no, that's okay.
You want the mild roast or the dark roast?
A choice you didn't expect. Stall. Use the stall phrase. Let me think.
The dark roast is really good today.
Okay, take the suggestion. Say, I'll take the dark roast.
Great. For here to go?
The mumble. Remember? For here or to go. Say, to go, please. Excellent. You survived. You didn't freeze.
Let's do one more, the hardest one. This is where you have to correct yourself.
You want a ham sandwich, but after you order, you remember you hate mayonnaise. You need to ask for no mayonnaise after you order.
Hi. What can I get you started with?
Order the ham sandwich.
Sure thing.
Now, use the recovery. Actually, can I get that with no mayonnaise?
No mayo. Got it. Anything to drink?
Say, just water.
Seat?
The receipt mumble. Say, no thanks, I'm good.
Okay, have a good one.
Whew, that felt real.
It did. And notice what happened. There were interruptions, there were mumbles, there were mistakes, but the conversation didn't stop.
That is the goal. The goal is not a perfect script. The goal is a conversation that keeps moving.
When you use phrases like actually or just a second, you are taking control. You are acting like a native speaker, even if your vocabulary isn't perfect yet.
It changes the power dynamic. You are not a student taking a test. You are a customer buying a coffee.
Now we have a challenge for you, a content step for you to take into the real world.
It is called the forced curveball.
Tomorrow, or the next time you go to a cafe or a restaurant, I want you to force an interaction.
Usually, we try to say as little as possible. We want to escape. We want to get the food and run away.
We want you to stay in the pocket. We want you to ask one extra question that is not on the script.
Ask, do you have honey?
Or ask, is the music always this loud?
Or even just, how is your morning going?
By asking a question, you are inviting a curveball. You are inviting an unscripted answer.
It might be scary. They might answer fast, but you have the tools now. You have, sorry, just a second. You have, I didn't catch that.
Treat the coffee shop as your gym. It is a place to exercise your confidence, not just a place to get caffeine.
And if you freeze, that is okay too. Every freeze is a lesson.
Exactly. The more you expose yourself to these small moments of pressure, the slower the game will feel. The baseball won't look so fast anymore.
You will see the curveball coming and you will hit it.
Thank you for practicing with us today in the corner. It is not easy to face these fears, but you are doing the work, and that counts.
Keep listening, keep speaking, and don't be afraid to take up space in the conversation.
We will see you in the next episode.
Goodbye.